Shalom. All praises be to the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of his Son and our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. Much respect and honor to the brothers doing the work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and freedom to do so, pushing this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. Salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Double honors and respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Coming back at you with another lesson entitled Scoffers and Mockers. Scoffers and Mockers. So we're going to go into it. So we have answered this question several times. And quite often someone with a reprobate spirit will pop up and cause confusion, controversy, and chaos. And this is a lesson that I did entitled Running Out of Time. And I had quite a few comments on this one. And sometimes Esau puts people up to help bring forth confusion and chaos. And this individual says, I feel you, but there is no need to repeat words over and over, and there is no need to raise your voice. And if you feel you are dealing with people that don't understand English, you might want to concentrate on audio and no video. Let's go to his content page. Truth Express. See that? So a lot of these people are just there to cause confusion while they're sitting in the comfort of their living room and not doing the work. So, of course, my response to him, I'm going to continue doing what the Bible tells me to do. Point blank, period. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. You see that? So these people have wicked spirits on them. Their job is to cause confusion, controversy, and doubt. There's another one. Where in the Bible does it says Latinos, Hispanics, and Native American Indians you see today that are Israelites? For them, Indians on the Dakota reservation are not Israelites. Furthermore, they are not dying of COVID-19 as the blacks here in America are. So my response to him, there are several GMS lessons covering this topic that are being repeated over and over again. These are all bywords: Black, Negro, Native American, Latino, Panamanian, West Indian, Jamaican, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Native Indian, etc. Early U.S. 1900 census reports counted natives from the tribe of Gad as Negroes because we look alike. And there's several photos out there that covers this stuff. But these people are either agents or reprobate Israelites that are portraying like they're in the truth. So the early 1900 U.S. Census reports counted the Native Americans from the tribe of Gad as Negroes. Israel was scattered into all nations. Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. See? So we're worshiping the Kaaba stone, Buddha, and false Christianity under the wooden cross. Israel was cut off from our heritage after being scattered into all nations and started being called bywords like Panamanian, Cuban, Jamaican, West Indian. And thou, Jeremiah 17:4, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. See that? So our true nationality is Israel, Northern Kingdom, the so-called Native Americans, the so-called Latinos, so-called Dominicans, so-called Puerto Ricans. And Southern Kingdom, Judah, West Indian, so-called Panamanians, so-called Jamaicans. But 60 to 60% of the tribes are here in the Americas. Jeremiah 50:33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go. So these people will simply not stop, causing chaos, confusion, doubt, disbelief, and controversy. So let's go into some of these bywords that we talked about in Deuteronomy 28:37. Did I talk about it here? I thought I did. Let's pull it up. Thought I talked about it. Deuteronomy 28:37. A byword like Cuban, West Indian, Jamaican, Negro, Black, Latino. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord Yahweh shall lead thee. So we are being looked down upon, discriminated against, frowned upon, afflicted. $500 car, but putting $5,000 rims on a $500 car. That's an astonishment. All right? So I told him, you lack understanding across multiple levels, and it's not doing the work. Be quiet. And on a recent news report by U.S. Surgeon General Jerome Adams, he said that the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latinos are the new face for COVID-19. So we all fit the curses for this new deadly disease. So you are a liar. Let's go into some of these bywords of people. This is Cubans right here, which is not a nationality. All right? So you got about 60 to 65% of the Israelites have been scattered to the Americas. And that's just my estimation, because most of the tribes are in the Americas. But there's about 40% scattered throughout all nations. So collectively, we've been scattered into all nations. But the bulk of the tribes are in the Americas. So that's Cubans. As you can see, more than likely, many of them, tribe of Manasseh. But people that don't study Bible prophecy, they're going to just promote their own personal, effeminate, emotional opinion. Let's look up Panamanian. Panamanians. Let's keep going. Which is a byword. That's not a nationality. All right. Many of these people are our brothers and sisters. We're scattered into all nations. This is not that hard. This is really not that complicated. But if you're trying to make this into a Black Panthers organization, you're going to be confused because you're injecting your own effeminate, personal, emotional opinions. And you're trying to make that trump the word of the living power, Yahweh. Panamanians, all right, we've seen them. Let's go to West Indian. So you people that don't know the Bible, it's best to be quiet. It's best to be quiet. That's a byword, West Indian. Look at this. Israelites too lazy to even do a Google search. More or less study Bible prophecy. These are our brothers and sisters, most of them. Unless their forefather go back to Esau, Edom. Then they're not the chosen seed of Israel. The 12 tribes. This is really not complicated. But you hate the word of Yahweh. You hate his word and you hate his prophets. There's a reason why Jerome Adams made that report that the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latinos are the new face of COVID-19. Excuse me. There's a reason for that. So there's more. Let's go from there. We're going to visit another one. Daniel Israel. Let's go to his content page. A goose egg. Blank. Absolutely nothing. His comments. Post precepts, please, to validate that Israelites will look like the heathen nations. Or you're doing just like Christianity and speaking your own thoughts and feelings. Oh, really? So I'm speaking my own thoughts and feelings. I'm reading from the Bible. Okay? This guy's got a demon on him. Post scriptures, please, to teach that we're going to look like the heathens. There's plenty of scriptures. We're going to go into it. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. We have been scattered into captivity into all nations. And really, over 2,000 years. It's over 2,000 years. So we're going into the third day or going into the third millennium. That's why Hosea 6:2 says, and in the third day, I will raise thee up. Well, let's continue. I mean, this is Hebrew Israelite Awakening 101. Luke 21:24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Now this fall came around 70 AD, where Vespasian and Titus crushed Jerusalem, and Israel would be scattered into North Africa and West Africa primarily. But eventually, around the 1600s, or let's go even back a little earlier, between 600 and 1100, we would go into the sub-Saharan slave trade under the Arabs, the children of Ishmael, between 600 and 1100 AD, and then around 1600 AD, we would be scattered into all nations. And that happened during the North Atlantic slave trade. Amos 9:9, for lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. So you don't think we're going to look like the other nations after over 2,000 years of being scattered? I mean, come on now. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So Israel is serving and bowing down to Buddha, the Kaaba stone, and the false Christianity under the wooden cross. Isaiah 11 and 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Judah is going to be raised up first, but the tribes were scattered into all nations. So we say so-called Negroes, so-called Native Indians, so-called Native Hispanics, Panamanian, because Israelites would not know their identity or nationality and were cut off from our heritage, like calling ourselves bywords, like Afro-American. We lost our heritage. Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Jeremiah 17 and 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know, my people doth not consider. So these are two dumb, stubborn animals that even know their home. But the Most High is being sarcastic here, meaning Israelites are cut off from our nationality and our heritage. So I told him it's best to humble down and learn in silence. You see, right here, we look like a speckled bird after being scattered into all nations. Jeremiah 12 and 9. And this is really over 2,000 years. Jeremiah 12 and 9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field. Come to devour. So studying Bible prophecy is my way of life. Do the work or be quiet, humble down, learn and listen, or be quiet and be gone. You see, because this is getting ridiculous. We're too far along to have to just keep repeating basic Hebrew Israelite Awakening 101. You still don't know how to add and count yet, but you're trying to come up on here and mock and scoff. In order to properly understand Revelations, you must study, you must study, you must study to show yourself approved by the Most High. Bible prophecy from the other chapters of the Bible. So you will not understand Revelations if you do not study the prophetic scriptures from the previous chapters in the Bible. Revelations is going to totally confuse you. So now this passage should make better sense, because these people are all Israelites that John on the island of Patmos, he did not recognize them in his vision. Why? Because we have been scattered for over 2,000 years. He did not recognize them because of several hundred years of captivity throughout all nations. Revelation 7 and 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number. That ties back to Hosea 1 and 10. Of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. And one of the elders answered and saying unto me, What are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. See that? See, these are the tribes that were scattered, serving at the bottom, being afflicted, oppressed, discriminated against, beat down, heavily taxed, in bondage. So the devil taught us that we're mixed, and the Most High's people, his chosen children, are done away with. All lies. See below. Numbers 1 and 2. Take ye the sum of the congregation of the children of Israel, after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their polls. Romans 9 and 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the sacrifice of the Most High, and the promises. So all the promises, including the new kingdom of heaven, which is going to be here on earth, rulership, immortality, everlasting life, and dominion over the world, is promised to the Israelites. And the giving of the law. That means the law is not done away with. So if you don't know the Bible, it's best to humble down in silence and be quiet. All right, verse 5. Whose are the fathers, of whom, as concerning the flesh, Yahushua came. Romans 9 and 5. Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Yahushua came, who is over all, Most High, blessed forever. So Yahushua died for Israel and no other nation. That's why in Matthew 15 and 24, he says, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And we are not cast away. Psalms 94 and 14. For the Lord Yahweh will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance. That's Israel. So right now we're being called bywords: West Indian, Negro, which means black, Afro-American, Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, all bywords. So we're being called what? Gentiles. So let's close out here. Hosea 1 and 9. Then said the Most High, call his name Laomi, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. See? So in that place, which is primarily the land of the North America, or the Americas, that's where the bulk of most of the Israelites are. And in my own estimation, it's about 60%. But we're scattered into all nations. Notice it says, let's read it again. I want to make a point. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in that place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. So who's telling you that we're the children of the living power, the chosen children of Israel? The prophets are. And that's primarily America. Notice it says a multitude which cannot be numbered or measured. Keep that in mind. These are Israelites. Back to Revelation 7 and 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations, kindreds, and people, and tongues, stood before the throne, and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. See? So that great multitude that cannot be measured or numbered are the Israelites. Okay? So that's pretty much the lesson. Hopefully this has been edifying. If you're new to the Bible, be quiet, humble down, learn and listen. And if you're not studying, you shouldn't be opening your mouth, period. All right? And if you're suspected to just be here to cause confusion and chaos and mock and scoff, or if you're deemed as a reprobate through the Holy Spirit, you're going to be blocked and deleted. Hopefully this has been edifying. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. See you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharala and Abad Baba. Shalom.